guys, today I'm going to be doing this pop art zombie makeup look. I'm so excited for this video because I've always wanted to create my own pop art zombie, like from my brain, like my own creation, because last year I completely recreated Samantha from Battle Ash Beauty's pop art zombie and hers was amazing, but I've always wanted to do one myself. So I was super nervous because there's a lot that goes into it and a lot of time. I'm just so excited and I love how it turned out. Also, I am obsessed with this wig. I got this wig from abhair.com. They contacted me and sent it to me for free. I got to like pick out which one that I wanted, and I figured if I'm going to be getting a wig, I'm going to get something crazy and also something that I'm going to wear again. So this is surprisingly something that I would totally wear again. So not only were they nice enough to send me this wig for free, but they're also giving you guys a discount code for 20% off. So I will link that down below in the info box and where you can find it. I don't get commission or anything from that. It's just a code for you guys. If you're looking for a wig for Halloween, now is the time to do it because you want to get it in time for your party or for whatever. But they're very nice, high quality wigs. They don't feel like straw or anything. A lot of wigs that I've purchased from like Party City or Halloween stores are really crappy quality, and this is like, it feels like real hair. So make sure to check that out if you are interested. All of the information will be down below. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna walk you through it step by step, and yeah, let's get started. So I am not naked, just so you know. I'm going in with the Jouer Anti-Blemish Mattifying Primer, and then I'm priming my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Then I am showing you the sketch that I made, and I'm going in with the Aquacolor paint from Kryolan in the color yellow. This is the UV Day Glow palette, so it can actually glow in a black light, which I did not have, but it would have been cool if I did. So I'm using a sponge here just to apply it to my face. These paints are activated with water, and I originally wanted to be yellow, but as you can see, it looks redonkulous. I had some areas that were very full coverage and some areas that were just patchy or non-existent, and it was getting ridiculous. So I applied the rest of my body, my chest and neck, with a brush. This is one of the domed shape brushes from Crown, but as you can see, it wasn't working and I decided to go green. So it still wasn't working. I don't know, the swiping motions worked on my neck and chest, but then on my face I found that the best way to apply it was to do these patting motions and just stipple it into the face, because that way you're going to get a very full coverage and it's going to be the same all over. I still had some difficulties, but this seemed to work the best for me. So as you can see, I'm just like this bright, super neon green shade. For my eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Electric Palette, and I'm taking that lime green shade, and with a 239 brush from MAC, I'm just applying it all over my eye. And then I'm using the Inglot Gel Liner to give myself a wing. I do have a full in-depth video on how I do this. I will link it down below. Then I'm giving myself a pretty dramatic cut crease. I'm using the matte black shade from Makeup Geek, which is called Corrupt, to do this, and I'm just outlining this whole area of my crease, and then I'm going over it with the color Chaos from the Electric palette, which is like a super bright blue color, and I'm just layering it over top of that black. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush from MAC and that same Electric palette, but the lighter blue, and I'm going to buff out that color. So it just basically fades from that deep dark blue to the lighter blue and then up into the green. I'm taking that Corrupt black shade from Makeup Geek and an eyeliner brush just to outline the whole eyebrow area. I use this eyeshadow a ton in this video. As you can see, I am using it to outline this whole eye area, just like where it's going to be blacked out. And then I also use the same eyeshadow just to map out where the bags underneath this eye are going to go. And then any of the other shapes. So this big old chunk here, I'm going to use that black just to outline that whole area. Where my brains are going to be exposed, this whole area, just map that out there. The whole nose area. This just really helps so that you don't mess up. I honestly think that even a white eyeliner would have been better because then you can dust it away easier, but this was still fine. Better than going in straight away with the paint. So I'm using the black color from the Aquacolor paints from Kryolan just to kind of go over that. I would have waited till later though. If you're recreating this at home, don't do that until later. I am outlining the teeth with that same black paint. Again, just use a white pencil. It'll be easier for you, but just make some jacked up teeth all over the place. Doesn't really matter because zombies aren't perfect. I'm taking the blue from that UV Glow palette, adding some white to make a lavender, and then I'm putting it into this big old chunk right here. I'm just applying this all over in that area, and then I am applying the bright orange into the gums. I wanted that to be purple, but as you could see, it was getting really gross and muddy, so I stuck with the neon orange, which, you know, it turned out really cute. I find that my sketch in the beginning was definitely very, very helpful because I kept referring to my ideas and I wrote down the colors and everything that I originally wanted. Here I'm applying that neon pink from that same UV Glow palette. I had to keep going over this over and over and over again because it kept turning red with the green underneath, but if you let it dry, go over top of it, you'll get the color that you want. I'm using the color Peacock from Makeup Geek. It is an eyeshadow, and I'm using it to contour. I really loved how this looked because it made me look like sunken in and malnourished and like a skeleton. So I'm just kind of creating those shadows there. And then I'm also doing it to my nose area to make my nose look really thin and just tiny and shaded and skeletal. Then I'm just tracing over those again. See, there's no point in doing that in the first place because you have to go over it anyways. So just fill in all the black areas. And then in the eyebrow, I took the blue from the palette and added some white to make it lighter and filled it in. Then I'm taking that black Aquacolor paint and filling in this whole eye area. These paints are so much better than what I used last year because they actually dry matte. And then when you set them with an eyeshadow like I'm doing here, you've got no creasing problems, it stays on all day, and it doesn't melt off your face. So I highly recommend these. You just activate them with water, super easy to use, and they last forever. For this eye, I'm bringing that lime green shade down below underneath my eye, and then I'm reinforcing these lines here and making them a little bit more apparent. I'm using a little bit of that urban shade from the electric palette, which is that bright purple. You can use, honestly, whatever colors you want. Just make it look bruised. I'm using some white paint just to fill in the teeth. I'm using some Supracolor from Kryolan, but again, that stuff doesn't really work that well because it just smears. You can use whatever. For the brain, I'm just making little squiggly lines to show where our brain was busted out. You know, the usual. And then I am making some lines to make it look more protruding, like it's more 3D, like it's popping out of your face. So just make those lines there, pretty much anywhere that anything is popping out. And then I'm also making these angry line faces. I'm making some lines on the side by the temples, and then I'm fading them out with the black eyeshadow. This just helps to make us look even more skeletal and even more sunken in like a zombie would be. So I'm just going to brief you over on this whole neck and chest area because we're basically doing the exact same thing that we did on the face. We're just doing it to the neck. So outline all of your shapes and then fill them in with the colors. For the background of this area, I'm using that hot pink color from the UV Day Glow palette. And then I'm filling in the white with the white cream color. All of this is from Kryolan. And then you just want to go ahead and outline it with the black. And then fill in all of your gooey pus areas with green. Outline it. Fill in the background with black. You know, the exact same thing that we did on the top. You just want to pretty much do on the bottom. And be creative. Do what you want. You don't have to copy this exactly. If you want to do something different, feel free to do it because it's all based on your own creativity. I'm making my collarbone more apparent and skeletal looking and make me look like I'm nice and skinny, which I'm not. And then filling in all these little details. Make the lines to make it look like these things are popping out. I made a little pus hole thing on my face, and then I filled that with black, and then all of the highlighted areas I'm putting white there just to make it look even more brighter, like it's popping out. Very comic book like. And then even with the shapes like the pus hole and the brain area, I'm putting white there. And then I wanted to add glitter to my zombie to make her look a little bit more sassy. So I applied some glitter injections in the color Barbie and then this lime green color. So I add the pink to the brain and then the lime green to the pus areas and just mainly to where they are highlighted. Then this glitter here I actually got from Joann Fabrics and I'm applying it to the purple area. And then I'm dusting away all the excess glitter. I'm applying some mascara and false lashes. These lashes are from Crown Moiety. I don't know how to pronounce that, but they're in the style Woodwinked. Then I applied a mole like I usually do. And then I doused myself in this makeup setting spray from Kryolan, which seriously, it's amazing. Your makeup will not go anywhere. And then I'm applying the wig. This is the wig from AB Hair. Again, the discount code will be linked down below to where you can find it. And now the look is finally complete. Alright you guys, that completes everything for this look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did because I enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already because you will be seeing more videos like this in the next couple of weeks until Halloween. And I said this last year, but I want to continue doing fun stuff like this throughout the year just randomly. And then I never did, but I really want to. Like, remind me to do stuff like this because this is so much fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next down below. Even though I have everything planned out, just let me know anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I'm OG, y'all new to the game.